I just wanted to remind you guys, since a lot of you were able to successfully get a Space Jam NFT, these were handed out for free last week, that if you scroll down in 6 days on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central or 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, there will be the marketplace opening and you will be able to trade your cards. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I have two, one rare and one uncommon. There we go. So I'm kind of curious how much the rare is going to go for. Maybe it's a few bucks, maybe it's going to be 10, maybe it's going to be 100, who knows. But if anybody got a legendary or epic, congrats, or even a rare or uncommon, hey, maybe it's going to be worth something. So I just want to remind you, check that in next week. All right, let's get into the video. I'm getting ready for another job interview today. Just have to style my hair, and I am pretty excited, even though the markets are not that exciting. So welcome everybody. My name is Michael. Today, Bitcoin is below 30,000. It was below 30,000 yesterday. Boy, what's going on here? Wow. A comeback. A comeback was just staged. We were below $30,000, and now we just went up from $31,900 to $32,007. That's right, but you can see it quite clearly here. There was a lot of negativity, and now Ethereum is rising back up, but there's still many cryptocurrencies that aren't doing so well. Even though it's not huge losses over the past 7 days, it's still market-wide panic. It was much worse yesterday. Bitcoin has bounced back. It was below $30,000, and there's going to be an uphill struggle to get back anywhere near numbers where we would be happy. I mean, we're happy right now because it's still a good place to be at. Unless you bought above this number, then yeah, it kind of sucks because you're losing money. But never fear, because remember, this is a long-term bet. If you are investing in Bitcoin for short-term gains, as in a few weeks, a few months, even less than a year, welcome to crypto land. This is sometimes a longer play. Think 10 years, think 20 years out. I know that sounds crazy, but think of this as your retirement fund. Hopefully you already have a 401k and you're thinking about Roth IRA and all that stuff, but think of this as a backup retirement fund. It's a little riskier, but it could bring you a lot bigger gains than that 401k over there. See ya, bye-bye. So there was a persistent downtrend, and there's huge resistance at $34,000. Every single time you are breaking barriers, as soon as you're falling down, you're going to have to go through those barriers again, because it's all psychological. That's how the markets work. It's sometimes not logical. Sometimes there's facts and evidence for why the price is going down, but that's more so in stock land. This is crypto land, where sometimes all it takes is one rumor. Oh no, China. Oh, they're banning crypto for the 1,000th time. They're selling their miners. Oh no. And then you have a whale that dumps, and boom, before you know it, the whole market lost $10,000. That just is how it is. For everybody who just joined cryptocurrency over the past year, welcome. It's going to be a very bumpy ride. It hurts. It's painful, but don't worry. If this is your first cycle, come second and third cycle, you should be a little bit better at this rodeo. So as you saw, a number of altcoins, even though the past 7 days they haven't been doing that well, right now, today is a bit of a better day, and that gives us some hope. Let's try and check out the Fear and Greed Index. You're always able to look this up, and this gives you an insight into exactly the sentiment of the market. As I say, it's all in here. It's emotional. It's like sales. When you're trying to sell a car, a phone, a house, whatever it is, it's not the product, it's not the service that you're selling. That's the last 10%. 90% of it is, you're the face of this. How are you going to make the client feel? That's exactly how it also works with picking up women. You may dress very nice. You may be making a lot of money. You may be extremely, extremely handsome. But if you suck at conversation, if you suck at feeling, if you can't get the other person to feel, to have a great time, you're not going to remember that day. You're going to remember moments. And what kind of moments would you like to remember? Bad ones or good ones? I think the good ones. Same thing with stock investing, with crypto investing. It's extremely emotional. Sure, you're going to have technical analysis, and you're going to have all these scientists. They're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, well, we have resistance here. And it doesn't matter. All that matters is how the market is feeling today, yesterday, and tomorrow. That's it. You can try and plan, and the market get extreme fear, even though it is going up. What is this, July 21st? It is July 21st. Yeah, the market has gone down in terms of sentiment. It was at 14, now it's 10 out of 100. 10 out of 100. Yeah, so you might be wondering, why is that? It was 19, it was 21, it was 23, and it was at a lower price. Despite this gain, if it is going to be teeter-tottering around and falling and breaking new records of, oh no, it's below 30K, and even though it came back, a lot of people are beginning to wonder, is this the end of the bull run? Like, I don't know, we're supposed to make money, not lose money, right? Because I'm getting nervous. Do I sell? Because I've got some margin calls, and so just remember that. It's all emotional. You're going to have some market manipulation. You're going to have some technical analysis whales. It always helps to be well informed about investing and the particular assets that you're throwing your money into, because that's your hard-earned money. But social media plays a big role into this. Influencers play a big role. TV, mass media, what your friends and family think. If you're constantly bombarded by negativity on a daily basis, you're going to begin to wonder, hey, I don't know, I'm starting to feel bearish. So let's look at some actual details, though. Bitcoin futures positions are at a 2-month high. Traders are going short. A combination of falling prices and rising open interest rates are said to signal bearish conviction on the part of Bitcoin futures traders. And also, we have to look at outside factors as well. There's a lot of inflation recently. In the used car market, extreme inflation. So some of those factors, you're going to have some government analysts that are going to be like, well, it's just a few outliers. Really, we're not that bad. But I like to always say and think to myself, hey, the inflation's probably 1% to 2% worse than what the government's reporting, just to feel a little comfortable. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm always going to feel a little bit better. The paranoid survive. And when we discover that, instead of 2 or 3%, it's at 5%, that's kind of not a good number, but it makes sense. There was trillions of dollars being handed out in stimulus packages. This whole COVID thing, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I know there's different opinions out there, but at least in America right now, come on. I'm not going to turn this political, but there were two camps. Either you wanted to take the you-know-what, or you didn't want to take the you-know-what. And for everybody who didn't want to take it, they didn't want to take it. You're not going to change their opinion. And for everybody who wanted to take it, they got the opportunity to take it, so they take it. So what are we waiting for? Open up the borders, open up everything. You think that's not going to have any negative economical consequences? Of course it will. It's impacting trade. It's impacting daily people's lives. You go to the grocery store. There's inflation on your eggs, on your milk, on your bread. You try and cross the border with Canada. It's still closed. Trucks can't go in. You have entire industries that are beginning to fail. You go down into any local town center, at least around me, I've seen plenty of shops closed up. You know why? Because the local town businesses, they're not these big giant corporations. Some of them didn't even get the PPP in time. They had to shutter their doors, and that's that. Of course, this is all going to drag into this year and next year, and some of these consequences will still be felt, and we'll be learning about them 10 years from now. So no matter what your opinion is on this whole situation right now, I think a lot of us can agree on one fact. It is taking an extreme emotional toll on us. We're beginning to become very fearful of what's happening. What will be the consequences of our actions that were taken last year and this year? There's been so many handouts. There's been so many government programs set up. And now, with all these restrictions, it's very difficult. Once they're put up in place, it's very difficult to take that down. It's going to take a very long time. There's entire countries that are going to be locked down for sure. Even at this point, they already know they're going to be locked down until next year. Hundreds of millions of people have been affected worldwide. So this all ties into crypto, and some of it is good. You're going to have a lot of people that distrust the government. They want to go into Bitcoin. They want to buy gold. They want to buy silver. That's great. But you're also going to have a lot of these other effects tying in. If a corporation is beginning to go bankrupt, they're not going to be thinking, hey, let's invest 2% into Bitcoin. Or, that's not their priority. So there's a number of open positions in Bitcoin futures traded on Binance and CMEX, Chicago's Mercantile Exchange. They're continuing to rise and it appears to be a proliferation of short sellers indicating a sour market move. There might be extreme volatility being faced over the next few weeks. There's open interest or the number of futures contracts traded but not squared off with an offsetting position. That rose to almost 400,000 Bitcoin on Tuesday. It has reached its highest point since May 18th, and the dollar value of the number of contracts is around $12 billion. That's a lot of money. There's been an uptick in open interest, which indicates that traders have been opening short or selling positions amid flat to negative price action in Bitcoin, and it's mainly been trading $30,000 to $40,000 price range. A lot of people were upset with that. They wanted to see it hit 80,000, 100,000, and there was even some pretty big dips. So one question is whether this uptick in open interest rates results from direction agnostic arbitrage strategies. That means it involves buying Bitcoin in the spot market against the selling position in the futures market. Some traders are anticipating a bullish revival, hopefully, but it's not guaranteed. All things considered, the futures market is mainly biased bearish at the moment. There could be extreme volatility. Now, short-term momentum has improved, so I guess that's a good thing. We're kind of in a weird spot right now. We have to be really careful with how we're going to react. And if you look up on YouTube right now, there's a lot of people that are freaking out. Oh my God, it's the end of it. Every single cycle it happens. Whether this is the end of this bull run, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be here. Come on, guys. Jeez. Get a grip on yourselves. Even if you've lost a lot of money, let this be a learning experience for you. Trust me, this is coming from someone who has already lost a lot of money in the last cycle. This cycle didn't lose that much. I lost money on NFTs, but I came out profitable on Bitcoin. I sold all of them. I don't really care what happens right now. I am going to be purchasing pretty soon, though. So that's going to be exciting. Dollar cost averaging. I'm not going to care what's happening in the market. Because if you invest responsibly, you're not going to be as emotionally tied to it. Remember when we were talking about the whole emotional ties, you know, how it makes you feel? If you feel really bad with it, oh, you're going to be panicking. You're going to be panic selling. FUD, FOMO. All of this is bad. All of this is bad. Take the emotion out of it. Just do single day. Like, if you're really freaked out, stick to one plan like DCA and hope for the best. So that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. It always helps out. Bye.